Even though something as simple or what we would look at as trivial as like the way I present myself or how I dress or the things that I eat, like why would the power that created all this stuff, why would we give a damn about little old me and what I do? It's important to him. The same way I care about the small things my children do. We look at him as a father, he should care about these things. Why? Because you are a representation of him.
That right?
I don't want my children to go outside and dress however they want to dress or do whatever they want to do, because ultimately they not, when they see them, they're like, damn, okay, I see he did that, but what they always go back to is look at your family life, what house you coming out of, what made you look, what made you this.
Tired of single parent homes, tired of brothers getting killed. We be on the battlefield, cleaning up communities. One mind, one accord, all about the unity. Script cut your...
I wanted to ask about, you said that you said you happy, and it said sound like we're trying to take your happiness some away, something like that. I want to ask what you mean.
How can I explain this? I feel as God, He wants us on this earth to be happy, and to know Him, and have a relationship with Him. And the fact that y'all saying that I have to go wear a skirt, I have to wear a dress in order to, say, I guess me wearing a dress is me saying that I know Jesus. Why I can't wear pants and have a relationship with God?
Well, I love your question. I'm gonna explain why. Like when we read how familiar are you with the Bible? Like how would you say? How would you gauge it?
I'm not as familiar, but I listen to the word from different pastors just to get an understanding for myself.
Okay.
I do read it at times, but as far as like the whole Bible, like how y'all just know the whole, no.
Nah.
I ain't do that, but
yeah, we want to say we know the whole Bible.
Listen to
everything.
Other people that, that breaks it down and to where I can understand.
I'm with you, because we still learning ourselves. Like even though we kind of familiar, we see it jumping around, we still learning ourselves. So I don't want it to look like we know everything. We don't. I never say that. None of us ever say that. But the reason I asked is because something that I love about your question, you said, well, how does this one thing equal like you showing that you have a relationship with God? That was interesting about that is when you read the history about the people that this book documents, the one thing that makes them unique, matter of fact, even Amos 3, which you read earlier, one thing that makes them unique in a sense is their relationship with God. When you read how that relationship starts, it's very interesting. We're going to read this and then read Deuteronomy 21.
Amos chapter 3 and verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying.
You remember, are you familiar with Moses, him bringing a group of people out of the land of Egypt? Mm-hmm. Remember that history where he told Pharaoh, let my people go? Right? Now, what was the purpose of him? What did God tell Moses? What was the purpose of him to do that, to let the people go? What did God want for the people? Yeah. When you read it says, let them go so they can sacrifice unto me. Right? Why? Because that was a form of worship that our people did at the time. AKA, so they can have a relationship with that God that's delivering them out of Egypt. Now, what's specific about this is why I like your question. Read Deuteronomy 21.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Now what's interesting about this relationship or what we just read is, this is God giving Moses an ultimatum to teach the people, outlining the rules and regulations of their relationship. The same way, like, are y'all together? Y'all ain't together. Okay, cool. I'm trying to figure out. Just the same way as a man with a woman, right? They have a relationship with each other. There are some rules and regulations that exist that maintain the relationship. A man can't do whatever he wants and then maintain a relationship. A woman can't do whatever she wants. There's certain things that y'all both do for one another and that y'all don't do to one another to make that work. It's the same way with us and God. We can't just be like, well, God, I'm gonna have this relationship with you, but I mean, whatever you like, if it ain't what I like, it is what it is. I just do what I want. It don't work. Like, no relationship on earth works that way. Everything is rules attached to it. With a mother or parents and children, with a husband and wife, with employees and employers. There's always rules and stipulations that are involved to make those things exist. And it's likewise the same thing between us and God. You see what I'm saying? So it's only when in modern times when you get in the church and then they just teach you all you gotta do is call on his name, say you love him, and you know what I'm saying, just chuck up your dang the J Jesus every now and then and you good. Like, no, that's not in this book. That's some stuff that people made up.
That's right.
To relieve them of any responsibility to have to do anything for God. Right? But when we actually read this book, 1 John 2 and 3, watch this. This is what the book actually say.
1 John chapter 2 and verse 3. And hereby we do know that we know him, if we keep his commandments. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar.
Anytime you walk around and we say, yeah, they're like, hey, you know such and such? But like, yeah, I do know him. Why would people say that? Because they like, there's some form of relationship I got with him where I'm familiar with him. Whether he a friend, whether that's my spouse, whether that's my child, like, I know this person. God says the only way you're going to be able to say that about him is if you do what?
And hereby we do know that we know him, if we keep his commandments.
But what if we say that we got this relationship and we don't keep his commandments? What is that?
He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar, and the truth is not in him.
That's what the book say. So even though something as simple or what we would look at as trivial as like the way I present myself or how I dress or the things that I eat, like why would the power that created all this stuff, why would he give a damn about little old me and what I do? It's important to him. The same way I care about the small things my children do. When we look at him as a father, he should care about these things. Why? Because you are a representation of him.
That right?
I don't want my children to go outside and dress however they want to dress or do whatever they want to do, because ultimately they not, when they see them, they're like, damn, okay, I see he did that, but what they always go back to is look at your family like, what house you coming out of? What made you look, what made you this? That's what they always gonna point back to. You get in trouble at school, who they calling? They calling the parents? Like, why your kid like this? It always falls back on the source or the origin of where that person come from. And we all made in his image. Well, what you do is a reflection of him.
That's right.
So why would he want you to be a Negro out here stealing, killing, dealing, right? Or a woman that dressed promiscuously and advertising her body like, yeah, anybody can have it hot and ready at any time like you Little Caesars. No, not at all. That's something we got to think of. It's like, you got a question.
Yeah, I just want to say something. I've been on this earth, 36 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I went to a Christian church. I used to go to a church called Collegeville Church of Christ.
Collegeville Church. Is that over by Collegeville?
Yeah, right in Collegeville.
Okay, cool.
And this is all I came up on right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as I got older, I started hearing more about what y'all saying. I started hearing more about this right here. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I believe more in this right here. And what y'all saying, bro. I really do.
And I'm gonna tell you, what's so powerful about that is what I tell everybody is I don't want nobody to believe me, believe what the book says.
That right?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because too often, like what we do is we look for, we'll listen. It's really it's the culture and the age that we're living in, to where it's like a lot of us, we don't like to do the groundwork ourselves, so we look to somebody else who at least it seems like they did the groundwork and they sound good when they present you the information. I'ma listen to him, which is like you depending on if the nigga honest or not, because he can sound good and be lying to you. All of us got to do the groundwork ourselves, and you need to read this book and fact check and make sure. Yeah, why we say that look like that's a depiction of who we say Jesus is. You see what I'm saying?
Like I said, as I got older, and every time I hear something new or something that I really do believe, I go and look it up for myself.
There we go.
I go and look it up for myself.
We should. I don't want nobody just to take my words for what it is.
Yeah.
Even, exactly. All of us need to do that. And guess what? What we say is if you can come to the same conclusion we come to, then we got open doors for you. You see what I'm saying? We got open doors for you. But we ain't out here we ain't trying to force nobody to do nothing. We ain't gonna tell you what to believe. But we gonna read you what the book say, and if it makes sense to you, then we just ask you to act on it. If it makes sense what God say, if you want a relationship with him to do what he say, that makes sense, and you believe, just do what he say. Because overall, all of these things are gonna make our community better, overall. Like, because our children need stable households. Our children need a mother and a father there.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They need to see the example of what it means to be a godly man and not a YN or a street nigga. They need to see that. They need to see what it looks like, what it feels like to have the love from a mother. They need these things. And in a lot of these areas, we are failing.
That's right.
And you know what I'm saying? A lot of these areas we failing. And if we believe we gotta, if we care, we need to fix these things.
That's right.
Right? Now, I do want to ask you something. I'm interested. What is your opinion on marriage?
Marriage.
Yes.
Jesus. I'm not God.
I tried. I tried.
No, I'm talking to you.
When it comes to marriage, I'm not big on it just because for the simple fact I've been around people that are married, and their examples are not good examples. You got most people that's married and still living a lie, still sinning in a marriage. It's supposed to be a covenant, you know. So it's a contract. It's like, I ain't gonna say a contract, like it's a covenant when you get married to someone. Like, but me personally, it's bigger than a relationship. I would say bigger than just a relationship.
I agree with you. And I completely understand, like, if your first impressions or the impressions you got off of relationships between people that are married is negative.
I appreciate you.
Go on. Check out that if you got a flyer. Look on the back of that flyer, bro, or contact information on the back. Like I said, don't take nothing we said for face value. Do your research.
I
You
do
see what I'm
my
saying?
research. I always do.
If you got any questions, like I said, the number on the back, you can give us a call. We got a school 15, 20 minutes from here. You open to pull up. But the same way, like for an example, we see a lot of negative examples come from a lot of our youth. With a lot of negative things they do. You know what I'm saying? The life they live. They're getting incarcerated real early. They throwing their life away real early. None of us would like, what they say? Throw the baby out with the bathwater, or just kind of generalize like, well, if these individuals like this, then all black people got to be like this. But like we see a couple marriages like this, then all marriages got to be like this. Because it's as many as it is a lot of bad and negative marriages. That marriages that, you see what I'm saying? Like a lot of our grandparents have been married for 50, 60, 70 years, and that don't mean that these things are gonna like not gonna have issues. But they gonna have issues. Why? Because it's two people trying to become one, like how the Bible says. You see what I'm saying? Like there's going to be like some, which I guess you could consider to be like growing pains, or like y'all kind of working to be one. There's gonna be some issues there, but that's kind of what, I ain't gonna say that's the interesting part of it, but that's kind of like a part of the process. I'll say that. Read the Hebrews 13.
Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers God will judge.
So the Bible tells us that the institute of marriage in itself is something that's honorable. We should, if a woman has a desire to have some type of a deeper relationship with a man, they should seek out marriage. It shouldn't be whereas today is like, I'm gonna try and find by, like you know what I'm saying, where let me see what she about for a couple of years, like, nah, I'm good, I'm trying to move on. Like, no. We shouldn't treat, brothers should be treating women like that. Women should be treating the men like, yeah, this is my bank account right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna use this is my bank account right here. Whenever I need something, do whatever he want. Let me get that card and then just run up a tab. Like no, it shouldn't be looked at like in that way. It should be looked at as an honorable institution between a man and woman. All right, read it again.
Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge.
But on the opposite side, he said those people, like some of the examples, I ain't gonna say the example you've seen may have been adultery or whatever, but if that is the examples you've seen, the Bible says God's gonna judge those relationships. Because one of the parties or both of the parties ain't in the wrong about how they engage in dealing with one another. So like, marriage in itself, if it's done the right way, with two sincere and genuine individuals who hold themselves to the moral standard that we see outlined in the Bible, the relationship should be a success. But even in that, still may be some issues here and there, like, and it'd be small stuff. It'd be like, you know, because y'all moving in together, whatever, y'all live together. There we go. Like he like throw his shoes over here. I don't like people leave their shoes over here, whatever. Just small, you know what I'm saying, nitty gritty stuff. But overall, it should be something that we should look forward to in the future, because that's what's going to build a strong family. That will build a strong household. It's based off of that foundation of marriage. And that's what Genesis 2, or Genesis 2. And ultimately, what would you say reading the Bible, like what was the reason for God creating a woman? Is that to procreate? Yes. Something else though. Something before that.
Somewhere around the lines. Right
there we go. You on it. You got it.
Okay. Genesis chapter 2 and verse 18. And the Lord God said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him.
The goal is Lord made all these other things in pairs or in abundance, fish, animals, whatever. They had partners they could be social with.
Right.
At the time, man didn't. So what do? I'm going to make him a help or a partner for him. Right? The purpose of a woman's creation is to be there for the man that God made.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, and I think when a lot of our sisters start to re-embrace that role again, understanding like, well, this is what the Lord made you for. It's to be an assistant or to help. Be the strength in a man's weak areas. Like that's what makes a perfect wife. Is you strengthen him in wherever areas he's weak. You're supposed to be there for him in that regard. If we re-embrace that role, we can see a lot of changes in a lot of relationships, these dysfunctional relationships we see in our community. Because now it's the mindset where it's just like, I don't need no whatever, I do whatever I want, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, until you need somebody to move that fridge. Until you need somebody to change that oil.
She want to know who she is in the Bible. She said she don't know who she is in the Bible.
All praises. Until you need all these things that you like, yeah, until you need a new roof. That's what you're gonna call. You see what I'm saying? And that's okay. Likewise, the same way when we out to work and we have children, we need somebody to be there like that. I don't have the amount of time to be able to spend with them like I want. We need that person who like, I'm gonna dedicate the time to them and make sure they're educated properly.
Right.
I'm gonna give them that emotional love and care that they need at home.
Right.
Like we need that because sometimes we be out and about working 10, 12, 8 hours, 1,100 hours a week. We're not always able to just be there.
Right.
You see what I'm saying, for them. So it's a joint effort on both parts to make these things.
Across the earth, the prophets move. From city streets to distant lands, the message is the same. Israel must rise. Through every quest, every journey, the truth spreads. No border can contain it. No distance can silence it. Our nation lives in every moment. In joy, we celebrate marriages. In sorrow, we honor our dead. On the Sabbath, we gather as one. Families rejoicing together, bound by the commandments of God. Yet are we tried. From the stones in Kenya to the hatred in Montana, we endure as a soldier of the Lord. And still, the mission expands. On the airwaves, on the screens, in every nation under heaven, Israel's voice is heard. We build our communities. We raise our children in royalty. We restore what was broken. We clean what was defiled. We show the world who we are. This is Israel united in Christ. Nation in motion. Nation endures.